To the school, and it was a very different school. BS 87 was a very small school, served its neighborhood. It was adequate, nothing out of the ordinary of any of the schools around here. The first year I was here, we had the extraordinary accomplishment of being able to raise $7,000 as a PA, and I understand that the budget this year is well over $100,000, so it's come quite a way. When Naomi came to the school, there was something that she brought in, I think, which was quite different. And I'm talking and reminiscing, I think what really characterized Naomi's coming into the school, which was unique, was a real sense of vision about the school and about what was possible for a public school on the west side of Manhattan. And there were a number of, I think, elements of that vision which really were unique. And the first piece of the vision, I think, was that parents and teachers could really work together in a school. You've got to remember a little bit of the early history, which I guess took place before a lot of you got involved in the public schools. But there was a period of time which there was an incredible amount of rancor between parents and teachers, which was the leftover of the parents of the teacher strike. And a lot of that still existed in parents' associations. And Naomi came in with a very clear vision that parents and teachers really could work together very well in the school. She also had the vision that a school had to have, and was important for all the children, a real racial and ethnic balance in the school. And she brought a very clear commitment to bringing that in. She also brought a vision that there had to be an intellectual balance within the classrooms. And over the years that Naomi was the principal, and certainly the times that I was as a PA president and on the school board, Naomi fought very hard against the notion of segregating kids who were gifted. Fought against the idea that you had to pull gifted kids out of their classes and teach them separately. And I think has maintained that vision all the way through the school. The other thing that really was the key piece of Naomi's vision was that parents had to be actively involved in the life of the school. Not just as a kind of an auxiliary fundraiser to do bake sales and so on and so forth, but actively involved in the planning and the programming and really committed. And that was something that she kind of pushed into the PA, made work in the PA, and obviously has made that work quite well for a very long period of time. The last part of her vision, which I think was probably what made it all go, was an incredible optimism and a commitment to make this vision work. Naomi simply did not accept no. It's very easy in the public school system to find 500 reasons for why things can't happen. There are thousands of reasons why things can't happen in the public school. Naomi has always looked to find the reason why things could happen. That's usually terribly difficult. I think she really did, and certainly the school as it is now is a monument to that being worked. The last thing, which I think is very different, and this certainly was communicated to me as a parent, and communicated, I think, to all the other parents, is that Naomi managed somehow to communicate that she really loved and cherished every single child in the school. This came across to me and my kids, and I know it came across to all the other parents when I was involved in the school. My kids are well beyond this school. I've done incredibly well in the public schools, and I think Naomi has had a wonderful piece of that, and I thank her and my children thank her.
Thanks a lot, Michael. The next PA president following Michael's term was Gil Riley, who was also a PA president at IS 44. He is a professor at Bronx Community College in the Department of Chemistry. And I'd like to introduce Gil Riley.
If you listened to Michael just then, you know the kind of energy that we had in the school at that time. And so I was not terribly interested in being president of the Parents Association, but the energy said, you will be president of the Parents Association, go. And so I did, and there were a lot of parents who did a lot of work, and the school grew from that point, and I was very pleased with it. My daughter Maria, I just told Naomi, but she already knew, is graduating from Bronx Science this year. We're very pleased with how she's done in school all the way through, and it began right over here, and it began with her. We're very, very pleased about the school and the way it's progressed, and we've watched over the years as we went through 44 in science. We still hear things about the school, and we still love it. And my next kid, I'm looking for Pat. It's coming to PS 87. Thank you, Naomi, for Maria and for both of us.
Okay, following Gil, we have John Fager. John has been an investigative producer at Channel 2, and he did a very special TV report about the custodial system, which was very revealing. He's also been an advisor, the educational advisor to the City Council President, Andy Stein, and he now works with Mark Green in the Department of Consumer Affairs. John Fager.
There are about 19 more PA presidents, so I'll keep this real short. I'll tell you one quick story, and it's very revealing about Naomi and the standards of excellence in this school. Naomi, if you ever go around the school with Naomi, you find out that she doesn't miss a thing. She sees everything in this place, and she wants to know why it can't be better. And that includes teachers, custodians, children, and parents. And I know this firsthand because the custodial report I did for Channel 2 News came because Naomi came up to me one day and she said, John, you're the PA president, and the cafeteria was just cited as a health code violation. 1,000 kids are eating in a filthy cafeteria, and I want you to do something about it. Yeah, that was the custodial unit. So we did this we did a two-part report.
PA president. I'm a singer. And some 2 years ago, when we were having a rather casual conversation, Naomi expressed a desire to hear me and Muriel Costa sing a very particular duet from a very particular Bach cantata. So last week I left some music for Muriel, and what we'd like to do is a duet from Cantata 78 by Bach. And if you're screaming for more, we have more. But that's up to you.
Turn yours on.
I have to say something. After 1 year of missing being here very, very much, it's wonderful to be back and see all of you on this occasion. And I can't believe that the miking system still doesn't work.
All right, try now.
Can we do this?
I don't know. I guess we could. If it starts doing funny things, we're going to stop and take it off. I don't like it already.
What?
But yes.
Okay, try it.
Very nice light. Catching the light. There we go.
Yes. Jesu, Meister, zu helfen, zu dir, zu dir, zu dir. Einigen Schwachen noch einzigen Schritten, o Jesu, Meister, zu helfen, zu dir, die Fragen und Irren treulich.
It's an arrangement by my feminist side. There's a singer of the 19th century named Pauline Biordeaux-Garsha, who was a very good friend of Chopin and George Sand, very literary person. She did many, many arrangements. This particular setting is an arrangement of Brahms' Hungarian Rhapsody for two voices. So if you recognize it, it's from that world. It's called Zigeunerlied, which means gypsy song. This is for the Halloween side of Naomi.
Yeah, thanks. I can see this. Yeah, that's the problem.
Let's turn to
Ich steht im Wandern ohne Sorgen, denn uns sieht keiner lacht, kein Heim, kein Haus, wir singen und wir wandeln in die Welt hinaus, in die Welt hinaus, rasch und geschmeidig, freudig und freundlich, Haus und Leben, wir soll Ruhe geben, tanzen, neigen, tanzen ins Schweigen, tanzen wir, statt grüne Äste, hin und hinaus, zum Grabe des Amorin. Quält uns Hunger, wie wir stehen.
Who is a brilliant harpsichordist, pianist, also happens to be Josephine's husband, and it is a joy making music with him. You want to do like it. It's very quick.
The title of this piece is by Rossini.
Don't tell her.
No?
No. Just let's do it. No.
I think you'll get the idea
You'll get
very
it.
quickly. Patty, so we can do
Shut your mic off. Shut your mic off, please. Okay, go ahead now.
Aren't they great? Let's give them another round of applause. They're fabulous. Thank you. It's great. Okay. We have a few more things of great importance, and then hopefully we can go back to the refreshments. I would like Jane Hand and Mickey Rakowski, the two assistant principals, and all of the wonderful teachers at PS 87 to come forward and please take a bow. Come on, teachers, let's go. Come forward. Come on. want to show our appreciation. Come on, everybody, the whole staff.
Let's hear them sing.
Come on. Please come forward in the middle. We want to take a picture. All right. All the staff, past and present. I know Mrs. Levine is here. She has to come too. Now let's give them a round of applause. Okay, from the moment you came, things began to percolate. You had innovative ideas of how to deliver quality education to all children and the energy to implement those ideas. You opened the school and made it a welcome place to parents whose talents and involvement became an integral part of the PS 87 Renaissance. You brought in specialists from all disciplines to work with teachers, children, and parents so that everyone was learning. Meetings, workshops, conferences before school, during school, after school became and still are commonplace. You inspired all to strive for excellence. You went out of your way to encourage people in the community to come into our school and to see what was going on. You were so successful in your endeavors that we went from a school with between 400 to 500 children to one of over 1,100 children. I think I can do this extemporaneously, but I need the security. Okay. Yet, when I was thinking about these things that Naomi, had done and had succeeded in doing in the school, I thought that there was still one thing, a kind of intangible about PS 87 that everyone who comes into the building comments on. The halls, yes, they're filled with incredible art and projects that the children are involved in creating, and a visit to any of the classrooms reveals the highest quality of work and creative and innovative educational techniques. But the glue that holds all this together is the sense of caring about the children and a warmth that pervades everything in this school. And all of that, Naomi, comes from you. I mean this truly. I truly believe, Naomi, that you are, as someone said before, a visionary. And that you came to PS 87 with a mission. And Naomi, you've done a simply magnificent job, and it's been a thrill to see you accomplish so much. From everyone, happy 10th birthday. I lost this twice today. People came following me in the street saying, "Lady, you dropped something." Does that mean something? I guess so. My precious world.
Oh, wow. I'll show you what it is. It's a movie and everything. You should tell me.
I should show it? Oh, sure, you show
I'll do that right here. Two beautiful pens. Two bumblebees, or two kissy bees, I should say.
Hold the mic in front of us.
One with gold and emerald, and one with gold and rubies. And they're just beautiful. And I want to thank you all for your thoughtfulness. This is where I make my thanks. I, too, like Eileen, had to write something down because I was afraid I'd crack up. But before I start, my thank you. Is Barbara here? I just want to go back to my interview for this job. And one of the questions this PA asked me was, what are you not good at? And I said, well, there's not a machine made that I can work. And the machines have never forgiven me for that. In 1969, I gave birth to a daughter who's here tonight. In 1980, I gave birth, I think, to a different kind of child. And like every parent, I was totally enamored, endlessly absorbed, never free of worry, countless sleepless nights, found it a great deal of work and often troublesome, but like all parents, I took pride in its growth. I defended it whatever the cost. I got to know its friends, its enemies, its visitors, its ups and its downs, was committed to its good and welfare, enjoyed its talents and its strengths, supported its expansion, its sturdiness, its growing independence. And of course, I'll cherish it forever. And I continue to feel grateful that I'm included in its life. I feel very much a part of the 87 family, and that's all of you. All of you. It's a place where everybody is needed and is unique and important and irreplaceable and certainly much loved by me. So thank you all.
We have more. Josephine?
One speech, no matter what.
The parents of the Parents Association, we also have some gifts for Naomi, and Josephine will make the presentation.
We have this combination of what we call function and ornament here. But first I'd like to present you with the official Naomi Hill Pat the Sofa card. And we assume that the liaison committee will be meeting on this for many years to come. And for those parents who find their way into Naomi's office or staff, we hope you'll find comfort in this new sofa.
You mean we're not falling through the springs anymore?
No. It's going to be, for those of us who are suffering from lower back pain as we age, it is going to be much easier to stand up from now on. And because of your extraordinary sense of style and panache, we decided that you need some ornament to wear on this sofa while we meet. To wear at the convivial meetings with much love from the Parents Association.
I'm all fingers. I'm not too Hold her up. Please don't litter. Very good. Oh my God. Oh my. It has 2 openings. It must be very important.
Oh my God.
Oh, how beautiful. I love it. After all, 87 has a great fashion sense as well as everything else. All that glitters is gold, and that means the necklace and all of you, and words cannot really express my thanks and joy and the sense of love I feel tonight. So thank you again.
here. Let me get some more. We have one more thing, but before that, our district superintendent, Anton Klein, is here, and I'd like to acknowledge that. And I'm looking. Would you like to say a few words? Come on.
The only words that I can possibly think of this evening, since it's Naomi's evening, is you are all so beautiful to share this evening with Naomi, and I think it's certainly a touching tribute to the quality professional that Naomi is and will be. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I also want to acknowledge Nadine LaGuardia, who is a member of District 3 School Board, and she's also our liaison, and Lillian Castro and Barbara Strauss, parents at our school, and they also serve on the school board. Last but not least, we have Ann Cook. She is a parent at the school. She's been very active at 87 and in District 3. And some of you may see the monster books that she's done around the school. I'm looking for Ann. She has something special. Where are you, Ann? Okay. The lights are blinding me.
All right. I'm just going to...
Naomi.
I'll hold it when you're ready.
Barbara.
This is the piece de resistance. This is an assistance from Barbara Strauss. This is a very special proclamation which will be framed and hung on Naomi's wall above the new sofa. And the window. And it reads as follows. Whereas Naomi Hill is nationally recognized as an outstanding educator who has launched the educational journey of thousands of New York City children, whereas Naomi Hill is regarded as an educator of educators and a teacher of teachers, whereas Naomi Hill has always stood by her principles and has given her heart, soul, mind, and energy to promote excellence in her profession, whereas Naomi Hill has been a leader in the field of multicultural education and has made TS 87 an internationally acclaimed school of excellence. Now, therefore, on the 10th anniversary of her leadership, the parents, staff, and students of PS 87 hereby proclaim this 12th day of June, 1990, as Naomi Hill Day. And I have to thank Wendy Goldfarb, where is she, for doing the calligraphy. A wonderful job.
Excuse me, the cake.
Cake.
We're going to bring over the cake so you can all look at it. Naomi.
I know you've all seen the beautiful cake done by Edie Rigberg, one of our other talented parents. We're going to bring it here and serve it. Thank you.
All right, Barbara's getting the cake, and now we're just going to party. So have a great time, and thanks for everything.
Can I have, could you ask for the presidents of the Parents Association to come?
Can I please have 1 minute, all the presidents, past and present of the Parents Association. Rod Hill wants to take a photo. President.
Oh, look at that. Is that the Greenberg? Oh my God. One hill of a job.
I need all the presidents. Joanne. John Fager. Oh, okay.
Stand taller. Joanne, would you get you're in the
Double with the flair.
Joe. Yes, I can have it anytime. There's no one else.
Barbara?
Just the cake.
Turn it around, 1 second.
Stand back, please, Miss Cat. Stand back, please, Maddie.
Turn it around to take I'm son. Oh, come on. So someone, oh, you have to. Okay.